Memang nama soldier stili dah teringat ke jamzu cuci ke lego ke desa itu cinci. Cuci.
Gamzu Chudek, or Drop of Ocean. This is a project that hopes to have Tibetans skip dinner every 15th of the lunar month, full moon, to instill a sense of identity in younger generation and use that saving to invest in education in our society. Here is the reason why we must carry out such project. As the world advances and we follow suit to be at par with everyone, we are all engaged in making a living, irrespective of whether we sell sweaters, run a restaurant, or any other occupation. But 10th of March is Tibetan National Uprising Day, a day no Tibetan should forget about. But very often nowadays, when we talk about how it is the 10th of March tomorrow, people expresses their surprise as they have forgotten about it and don't keep track of it. Ideally, it is a day when the entire family should participate, but only one member is required to do so, and people try to skip that too. This is a clear sign of our declining sense of identity. Therefore, we conceived this project in the hope of connecting emotionally with our Tibetan people. When we carry out this project, the children in the family are bound to ask, why is mom not cooking for us today, and why is dad not saying anything? And depending on the parents' own personal experience and worldview, we can pass on our history and facts to the children. We could talk about how we are different from others, how we must put in more hours in work and more hours in study, unlike the citizens of other countries, as they only have to worry about running their country, whereas we must strive to get ours back first. That will definitely raise a question in the mind of the young children about who we are as a people. And irrespective of which spectrum of life we came from, in our previous lives or where we are heading to in the next, right now we are born Tibetan, a Buddhist, a landless refugee. We all must observe personal accountability to fulfill that responsibility. After introducing the project, we would explain everything to the kids the first few times. A couple of such attempts later, the children will definitely give it a thought and try to make sense of why we are doing it. It is fundamentally different when a kid starts to think it through themselves. Some child might even realize and think to themselves, oh, I haven't been studying as much, and I need to study more and can't afford to waste my time. This way, when it is self-monitored and regulated, it could create an overall improvement and will to study and be more responsible. As the project will be carried out and become a constant reminder every month and years, it will be strongly embedded in their minds. This, I hope, will generate related actions. The savings from skipping the dinner would at least be 30 rupees per family, irrespective of the household income. That collection should be handed over to our exiled government to be kept aside to be invested in education, irrespective of what that amount is. So far, all the educational opportunities we have received for years are the result of direct financial support from funds and grants. The reason we have people funding us primarily is because of His Holiness and what he stands for, because of our dire needs when we first came to exile, and also because of the magnanimity and the humanity of the foreign philanthropist. But looking at our lifestyles right now, people might question if we still need such help or not. But we continue to receive support because of the unwavering efforts of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. For how long we will and can continue this way is a big question. Although the savings from the project will not be a huge sum, it will be self-generated and will be a step towards promoting unity, innovation, and self-reliance. Keeping these long-term impacts in mind, the project was thought through, and I, along with my friends Tukding Nimala and Lobsang Ishila, approached our incumbent Sikyong, Dr. Lobsang Sangila, with the proposal to seek guidance and see if we can have it introduced within the Tibetan community. We said that we are willing to do the legwork and invest time to get it across to the people in settlements. We also specified that we will not handle the account part of it, which can either be handled by Department of Home or Department of Finance, whoever the official thing fit. I've personally asked many people informally about the idea before officially proposing it and have received positive feedbacks. But there were no response or further deliberation of it, or even an alternative or suggestions. If we have even taken it up, it could have raised questions in the mind of the children, especially the younger ones, irrespective of whose son and daughter, niece and nephew it is. It will be one small step to something bigger. Yet up till now, it has remained an unfulfilled wish, something that people may think is too idyllic and far-fetched and laugh at without trying. But I will continue to pursue it because if it works in impacting any of its multifarious aspects, let's say even just financially, we could use that for something as trivial sounding as to increase the remuneration for teachers in our school, which could go a long way in making changes. I personally took off with loads of hope and enthusiasm about the project proposal, but it has not materialized and was shelved with lack of support and guidance. Whether I become Sikyong or not is a different matter altogether. So I would like to request the Tibetan public to go through it and give it a thought and see if you can support this or any projects conceived in hopes to retain our identity and instill a sense of self-reliance irrespective of the scale of such projects.
상막이 겹겨지로 지 고구레스 대표 메마다 표 메레글 펜베게 레시데 레구인스 어떤데 쉬어요